Well, Amazon coming up on its biggest retail event of the year. Prime Day will take place on July 11th and 12th, and though the retailer giant has broken records on previous Prime Days, a difficult macroeconomic environment continues to raise questions about how long Amazon can deliver. Yahoo Finance senior tech reporter Ali Garfinkel is here with the details. Hey, Ali.
Hi, Rochelle. So let's be clear about one thing. This Prime Day could absolutely break records, with a catch. Now, I want to start with the numbers because on the face of it, they do look really good. According to estimates from JP Morgan, this Prime Day could drive incremental revenue at Amazon of $5 billion. That is up 13% year over year. Now, the catch. The pandemic boom we saw in e-commerce has sort of cycled back into an e-commerce bust. And now what Amazon has is a difficult macroeconomic environment that they're running headfirst into as they're trying to grow into what JP Morgan expects will be the largest retailer in the United States next year. Now, these macro headwinds really pressuring consumer demand, they do mean that Amazon really has a hill to climb here, but there is still evidence, Rochelle, that they could climb that hill.
I mean, obviously, a lot has changed since Amazon first launched as a so-called, bookstore killer. But how has Amazon's supply chain evolved in recent years, and how might that affect this Prime Day?
So the supply chain has really evolved in recent years because of the pandemic. During that pandemic, we really saw Amazon just rushing to get things to customers however they possibly could. Someone would send, a mini fridge, say from Seattle to Florida, for example, when in reality, the ideal would be that it's actually in Florida. The reality is this, Rochelle. Amazon is on track for its fastest Prime Day ever because of changes it has made since the pandemic, and definitely changes it's made since being a bookstore killer. So those times during the pandemic, there were all sorts of problems with optimizing inventory. Now, what does that practically mean? One Amazon executive I've spoken to previously was telling me that they had snowblowers in Miami and they had Kansas City Chiefs hats in Las Vegas. And those things, while they in theory could be there, it is not the actual best way to do that. So the goal over the last few years has been to really clean that up. And eventually the hope is that translates to faster delivery times. Certainly some analysts expect it will, but the moment of truth will come on Prime Day, Rochelle. Will you and I get our packages faster? That is the question.
And speaking of that, Ali, of course, before we go, have to ask you, what are you going to buy on Amazon's Prime Day?
I'm really on a home theater kick. I just can't stop buying speakers no matter what I do. I bought a subwoofer recently. I bought a sound bar. I'm thinking of getting 2 more speakers for the sides of my TV, and I think that might be the limit for my neighbors.
So I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm old because I'm like, oh, I want dishes. I'm like, a carpet steamer. I was like, what's happened? Why am I this person now?
A carpet steamer? Honestly, a carpet steamer, it's great. A carpet steamer, honestly, maybe I'll go get a carpet steamer.
Well, we'll have a good sit down. You'll have your speakers going. I'll be over there steaming in the background. We'll make a day of it.
I love it. I think we should do it. Let's do it as soon as possible after Prime Day. What if we get all our stuff fast? That's the catch.
That's true, depending on when we get it. Always great to have you on, our very own Ali Garfinkel.